Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick fact video, in this case about how to operate properly the TLX Phoenix Wrecker or the Wreck-IT. And this video is going to be short and I'm going to show you the principles of how to operate it properly. Then of course we're going to see some crazy stuff happening around, but at the beginning the idea is pretty basic. Let's get to it. Now we need to think that we are, well, basically back in Ravenport, and you need to think that here we have two elements, or with the mod there is two elements that you're gonna need. Now we're gonna go to the store, and I'm using the brands because for me it's easier. So I'm gonna go to 82's vehicles, and I'm gonna go all the way down to where it says the Wreck-IT, Caterpillar, Cummins, or D60 base engines. In this case, and to avoid the startup engine, the cold start engine from the Caterpillar, we're gonna use TLX Wreck-IT with the Cummins engine. Now in the store, here is what you see. We are gonna use it pretty basic. We're not gonna go crazy with stuff. I would like you to discover everything that comes with the mod, but pretty fast. If you go something a little bit more custom, you go to my preset to 82 studio configuration and you get some crazy, or some of the details that I really like to use in the truck. Now other than that, you need nothing else. Now we're just gonna list one of those. Before we do it, just pay attention that in the store you have the power, you have the fuel capacity, you have the maximum speed, and you have also a capacity 1500 liters of something. You're going to be able to tow fuel, you're going to be able to carry fuel and actually refill your vehicles in the field. We're going to see how in a minute, but right now we're just going to list it as is, and we're going to review how it works and how it looks here in the store. Again, I'm not gonna go through custom options. I want you to discover everything that comes with the truck, but so far this is what you get when you go to the preset 82 studio. Main functionality is, or the main purpose is actually to be able to elevate one of the axles of a vehicle, to be able to tow it instead of drag it. Because right now if you try to tow anything that all the tires are in the ground, you're gonna basically drag it. If we manage to elevate one set of tires, you're going to be able to tow it, and the tires that are touching the ground are actually and effectively going to rotate with the movement of the truck. This is the first element. You need this. But in this area here, you see those stripes. It marks an area to put something there. What are we going to put there is the attacher. These two elements, as I said at the beginning, we have the truck and we have the attacher that actually work the magic. In 82 attachment, of course, we go to the very end of it and you're gonna find TLX Phoenix Wreck-IT attacher, $500, and it says the Wreck-IT attacher connects to any attacher hitch and to the TLX Phoenix Wreck-IT crane. Point the crane. You again, options in the store, you go through them. You have short and long attacher in case you want to tow a combine that has a hidden hitch, or a hitch that is not that accessible. So we're gonna just buy it like that, and here it is. But then now the thing is, if I'm driving the wrecker, how am I going to tow that too? Well, this is actually light. It becomes heavy when attached, but you can drag it, and you can drag it by hand and actually put it here in the area that I was pointing out before. As soon as you put it there, well, nothing happens. But when we jump into the truck, you see that it says attach 82's attachments TLX Phoenix Wreck-IT attacher. So we attach it, and like that, you can transport the attacher with the tow truck. That's pretty neat, that's pretty easy, and it comes in handy because you don't need to carry the things around and you don't need to fight and deal with any sort of any issue with collisions. Now, we're gonna show how it's supposed to be done, and for that, I'm gonna grab one of the in-game tractors, nothing custom, 8R series from the base game, no customizations. I'm just gonna list the 8R and let's see how this is done. Now here we have the 8R. As you see, there is nothing weird with that. We jump into our tow truck, we start it up, we fire it up, and we need to position the tow truck in the position that we want to move the other vehicle. If you want to tow it from the back, then you go to the back. Otherwise, you go to the front. Now try to, since we have limits because of the collisions, limits because of the very game engine, you need to be careful. How do you move? How do you operate the wheel lift? And how do you basically operate the wrecker to try to avoid weird effects? What I just did is just detach the attachment. We're gonna attach it again, and as you can see on the top left corner, you see that there is a high implement attached there. So we can detach it. We jump out of the truck, and we grab the attacher from here by hand, and we put it here in front of the vehicle that we want to tow. Here it is the attacher, here is the vehicle. Now in the 8R, the front hitch is this area. It's a little bit moved to the left because we have the PTO, or in this case, the 3-point top arm. Now we jump in here, and it also says attach TLX Phoenix Wreck-IT attacher. We attach it, and we're gonna see that it wobbles a bit. It needs to wobble, it needs to move, and it's gonna clip a little bit depending on the vehicle you use it and stuff. Why? Because it has rotation. We want the vehicle actually to rotate behind the tow truck. Now that we have the attacher there, we can start operating the tow truck. We jump back into it, and if we bring the help menu, you see that let me just come on. Okay, here's the console controls. I'm using an Xbox controller, and you see that it says control group truck. I'm not gonna show all the options that you have with the truck, but one of the options would be actually to open these doors with left bump, right bumper, and up and down to activate the pump. But that comes later. I would like you to discover. What we need to do is actually left bumper and press A to enable wrecker mechanics. When we press A, the lift goes down, the wheel lift goes down, and the controls are actually enabled. Now if we keep pressing L bumper, we can actually go up and down. So it's oh no, these are the windows. Oh, sorry, we need to change to control group wrecker. Sorry, we activate the wrecker, but we need to press Y and go to wrecker. Now that we are on the wrecker, with the left bumper, you see the controls of the wheel lift. We go down, we move it down, and we put it gently to the ground. Now bear in mind, if you go crazy with that, it's gonna hit the ground because it's prepared not to work only on flat terrains. You can work on a ditch or whatever you want to put. Now here is the thing. You need to move the wheel lift closer to the wheels, and the objective, as I said, is actually to elevate the front tires of one set of tires of any vehicle. Now, with the control group 3 wrecker selected, you press right bumper and up on the right stick, and you're gonna see that it happens, and actually the wheel lift comes or goes below the tires. Now again, left bumper, and gently we're going to elevate the tractor from the ground. It stays there. Now we're going to use tension belts. We're going to press right bumper and unfasten tension belts, and you're going to see what happens. In this area, you're going to see that, oops, the tension belts just appear. Now, very, very important, you need to remove from the scene the wheel lift. You need to keep it there for visual purposes or for realism or whatever, but try to not keep it touching the tires, neither other collisions, because then the game acts a little bit weird. Once you've done that, you're good to go. You see that the rear tires are moving, and you are effectively towing a vehicle in Farming Simulator 19 with a solution that will work for all platforms. Now, the vehicle that we are towing, the 8R, is heavy. Now you need to pay attention also to that. If the vehicle is heavy, you need to be prepared with a bigger engine on the Wreck-IT. This is the base engine, it's a small one. And as you can see, the tractor is turning below, behind the wrecker, and we can go back to the store, or you can bring it back to your farm, depending on what you're doing, depending on the type of role play you wish to do on your game. So we're just gonna leave. Now it behaves like a trailer, okay? So we're gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna show you another option that you have to actually tow a vehicle. We're gonna remove the straps, and you're gonna see that the vehicle just fell to the ground. You can effectively tow it also like that, but it's not that effective. So we're gonna move out of the scene. As I was saying, I'm just gonna fold the wheel lift as much as possible. So take it out, and right bumper, left and right to move down the crane. Now again, for visual purposes, I'm just moving out the wheel lift from there. Now, if you move closer to anything that has the attacher, with the crane low, you attach it, and it actually attaches the implement. Now, right bumper, and left, and since the crane goes up, you're gonna see that also the vehicle goes up. Now, we're gonna move a little bit this out of place. If I calculate it properly, the straps should go around the wheel lift, so we're good. And this is another way to tow any weird vehicle or anything that has a very low hitch or something like that. So there is actually two ways of towing. Okay, so we have this version, the first version with using the wheel lift, and this version that is using only the crane to tow the vehicle. As I was saying, this is an example of a very heavy tractor, the 8R behind. Now, during the streams, we've been able to tow a big bot and things like that, but with the bigger engines. Now, the last thing that I would like to show you is how to use or how to tow a trailer. Now, I'm going to leave that tractor there. I'm going to detach the straps, and the tractor is just going to go down. And we're going to buy a trailer. We're going to buy just a quick, we're going to go quick to any trailer that has any hitch. It actually doesn't matter, any hitch. We're going to grab this one. And we're going to grab a fifth wheel, this one. All in-game equipment. Nothing custom, nothing special. So, the wheel lift in real life has this yellow piece that you see there that has a fifth wheel and also a rear-heated trailer attacher. So we're going to start with the first one. Remember that we have the wheel lift unfolded in... Let me close the doors, because in the truck I was opening the doors. Also, there's a new control. So we're going to move down the wheel lift. Move it down till there. And if you come closer and you press attach, you're going to see that the yellow piece moves and the attacher appears, and you can actually grab that cramped trailer from anywhere you have it. You can actually use it to move it around the farm or whatever. It actually, if everything works. If we activate the lights on the trailer are going to work. So that's an effective connection. Now we leave it there, and the yellow piece comes back to his position. Now, can we tow something that has a fifth wheel? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We can actually go here, and it also prompts the attachment. Now, we're gonna adjust it a bit. We're gonna go to group 3, and we're gonna just lift it a bit. Not crazy, because then it's gonna leave the truck. You keep that in mind. And as you can see, we can also move trailers around. Now, it's very important that you consider that we have limits in the game, okay? So those limits, you will probably find those limits better than I do, because as you know, I don't play. But as an example on how to use the Wreck-IT, hopefully you're gonna like it. And we're gonna detach that. we're gonna grab this attachment from here, the Wreck-IT attacher. We're gonna move it. I'm gonna put it here in his position. We're gonna jump into the truck. We're gonna attach it in. Here we go, with the video of the Wreck-IT in how to operate it effectively. Now, thank you for your attention, guys, and hopefully you'll see you in the channel. Any question, any issue that you might have, just remember we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have YouTube, and you can address us for anything you have or anything you want to share, care. So, as usual, be nice, play nice, and see you around. Bye, guys.